Welcome to the Google Cloud Security Showcase, a special web series where we'll focus on security use cases that customers can solve with Google Cloud. My name is Scott Ellis, and I'm a product manager at Google Cloud. Today, we'll be walking through one of the top questions we get from customers. How can I discover if I have sensitive data in my BigQuery data warehouse? First, why does it matter where sensitive data exists? Well, sensitive data, such as PII or personally identifiable information, is the kind of information you really want to make sure is well protected and well understood. You want to make sure that this data exists only where you intend it to exist, maybe in certain geographic regions, and doesn't exist in areas where you do not want it. And also that you're not collecting or storing sensitive information that you don't intend to collect. So again, knowing where it exists can help you address and answer these kind of questions and help you increase and improve your security, privacy, and compliance posture. Automatic DLP for BigQuery is a service that can help you discover, classify, and protect your most sensitive data. And this really is about understanding your data risk. Where do you have examples of maybe low data risk, where there's no evidence of sensitive information, or you have added protections in place? Or where you have moderate or high data risk, where there's highly sensitive data, or it's highly exposed. And automatic DLP does this by generating rich insights for each table and column across your organization. And this includes detailed metrics about your data, including DLP's predicted info type, which is an indication of the type of data in a given column or table. Now, when you're trying to answer the question, where do I have sensitive data? It's really important that you look across your entire organization. You don't want to just look at the areas you're aware of, but you also want to make sure you have coverage in the areas that you may not be aware of. And automatic DLP enables you to profile data across your entire organization, specific organization folders, or individual projects. And this means that you can cover every table and column within that scope, so you can get a wide view and understand where sensitive data exists across your organization. Now, let's look at the results. Here I have a test organization where we have turned on automatic DLP to help us answer the question, where do we have sensitive data? And what we see here on this dashboard is that we've scanned a lot of data, in this case, around 205 terabytes of data. We have seen a breakdown and summary of this information, organized by risk as well as type of data. And we can also see the activity in our organization over the last few months. Here we see every day new tables being created, picked up, and profiled automatically to make sure that we have coverage and understand what kind of data and what kind of risk we have across our entire organization. The summary view is great, but maybe we want to jump in and look at it from a different angle. For example, maybe we're concerned about having certain types of sensitive data in particular geographic regions. So here, we're looking at a regional summary where we have narrowed down to look at our data workloads that are in our Australia region. And here we can see across these regions, the workloads and the number of tables that have sensitive data, such as email, name, credit card number, and other types of data. And now let's look at another type of sensitive data, unstructured data. Now, unstructured data can contain sensitive information, but because it's unstructured, it could even be a higher risk because this is something, again, that may not have been intended to be collected or it's not consistently collected. And so it's important that we look at this and investigate it. So in this particular view, we're narrowing down to columns that have a high free text score, which is an indication that this is an unstructured column, and contains evidence of sensitive information, PII, such as email address. And here we're seeing the project, dataset, table, and column, again, in this Australia region, where we have this type of sensitive information, and it's found in a high free text or unstructured column. Enabling automatic DLP can be done completely in the Cloud Console. Here, I've selected my organization, and by filling out these simple steps, we can turn on discovery and classification across our entire organization. Here we can configure the conditions on when to pick up new tables, configure what to look for to make sure that it meets exactly what our business needs are. And we can decide what to do with the output. In this case, I can turn on Publish to Chronicle in order to automatically send all of our details and profiles and metrics into Chronicle to help with our threat investigations and threat intelligence. Additionally, we can export a copy of all of our profile metrics directly into BigQuery for advanced analytics, or if I want to export this or move it into another system. And we can turn on alerting with PubSub. For example, maybe I want to alert anytime a new table is detected that contains either high data risk or high sensitivity. Once I fill out these steps and click Continue, Automatic DLP will be configured for my org and will help me answer the question, where do I have sensitive data in my BigQuery data warehouse? Thank you for tuning in. Please visit cloud.google.com/security for more content from Google Cloud experts.